What's interesting to me is that Victoria is power tripping with no clout. On the last episode, she asked Priscilla to come into the yellow room so that they could chat. And as soon as they got in there, here we go. Victoria asked Priscilla if she liked the color yellow. And Priscilla told her it's the color pink that I don't like. And Victoria was like, pink? She said, yes. Let's see, pink. Isn't that what you showed my husband when he was in here? And Victoria told her to get over it. And then she kept threatening to fire her. But she's tried that already, right? And it didn't work. Priscilla got her father on the phone and it was actually over before it even started. And Victoria thinks that Priscilla is effing her father. And to me, that was such a reach because that's kind of like incredible. Victoria thinks that everybody moves and thinks the same way that she does. But Priscilla told her that your father has one foot in the grave and a peen that died a long time ago. And then she reassured her that she doesn't work for her father. She said, I've been a chef here for years. And then Victoria told her that she could have the truth beaten out of her. And they both know that a quick phone call to her father will stop all of that. And Priscilla is still not giving up her real position there in the White House, especially to Victoria. Then Sam storms in and he lets Victoria know that she needs to come right away because there's something going on with Jason. Then we cut to Donald and Hunter. And Hunter told Donald that he needs to set up a tour for Sharon to make Ellie jealous. But Hunter cut the conversation short by telling him about what was going on with Jason. So they both went upstairs to see what was going on. Kyle is there trying to make sure that Jason was okay, and Victoria the entire time was insulting Jason. She kept calling him a little bastard, and Jason told her that he's that way because of her. Then we had Victoria and Hunter going back and forth, competing for the Parent of the Year award. Jason said that he wanted to kill his mom, but she said that she didn't believe him because he would have died already. How can you basically threaten to kill someone or want to kill someone, but you kill yourself first? So it really didn't make a lot of sense. And Victoria said that she needed to get out of the White House. See, I did a video about this a couple of videos ago when I said that it would be good for her to get around other women outside of the White House, remember? Very interesting. Victoria dismissed the entire staff and said that what they were dealing with was a private family matter. And after everyone left out, Hunter did show a little bit of compassion for Jason. He told him that he didn't want to leave him alone anymore and that he didn't want him to hurt himself. Then Jason said, "Get out of my face, leave me alone." And Hunter was like, "But I'm your father." He was like, "Well, you're not no father to me." So maybe it's just a little too late for Hunter to play daddy right now. But we could clearly see that he does, he does care a little bit. And maybe he should show this compassion, at other times. Then maybe Jason will believe him. And Jason really didn't want to hear it. He said that he's that way because this is how they all talk to each other. And if one more person tell Jason to go to his room, I'm just going to scream. Hunter told him to go to his room. His mom always tells him to go to his room. Alan told him to go to his room. They always tell him to go to his room. And they just don't understand. So much is happening in his room. Hunter told him to go in his room, but he said to keep the door open. And as soon as Jason went in there, he did what? He closed the door. So then Donald orders Alonzo to go in and babysit Jason. He told Hunter that Victoria was right and that they're going to have to find a place for Jason. So Donald is going to go ahead and look into that. So they send Alonzo in to take care of Jason or to look after him. And he's in there smoking a hookah. He doesn't really know who Alonzo is, even though he tried to wipe fluids all over Alonzo's face a few episodes ago. But Alonzo let him know that he's there to watch his every move. Then we cut to the Halson residence, and Richard wants Barry to go to the White House to talk to Sam in person. When Barry leaves out to get his clearance badge and to get the car started, Richard gave Nancy a check for Picky's funeral. He let Nancy know that he was still hurt, but he couldn't do Picky like that. And of course, we all know that she got the money from Priscilla to pay for the funeral, so she's just gonna pay Priscilla back. Richard also agreed to take care of her credit cards for her. He said that he really wants to focus on all the things that she's done right instead of focusing on what she did wrong. So Richard woke up in the mood to just empty his pockets with Nancy, right? Go Nancy. And I did a video on this too, on this scene right here, so I'll leave a link up above and also in the description below. Hunter gives Sharon a call, but she's ignoring the call. And after this, he calls Kyle in. Now we're back at the pharmacy and we see Sharon checking out a customer. She needs a price check and Kareem comes up and, he gives her the price for the shampoo. And then he's complimenting Sharon, giving her all these compliments saying, "Oh, how beautiful you look today," and, all these things. And he reminds her that it's their anniversary. And she said, "Well, you cheated on me for most of our relationship." Then Kareem is telling her, "Oh, my life is so much better with you in it." And then he pulls a card from his store and puts this dried up flower in it that that they had on their first date. And that's all sweet and good and everything, only if he was faithful in the relationship. Like, otherwise it doesn't mean anything, right? Sharon really needs to move on. I really want this for her. Then all of a sudden they see Dale walking through the door. Dale escaped from the hospital. He just left. He said he didn't feel safe and he wanted to lay down and get some rest. So of course Kareem is telling him, look, he can go home to rest, but he said no, he wants to go in the back office to rest. I don't know where he thinks, like, why go in the back office? Like, there is no bed in the back. But Mama Sharon going to take care of him, so she took him to the back. Then Kyle makes it to Hunter's office and he's letting him know, I'm so sorry to hear about your son. And Hunter was like, oh yeah, I'm lonely. He lets Kyle know that Sharon is ignoring him and he doesn't really know why. Kyle told him that, a lot of women are afraid of power. He sent Kyle a picture of Sharon and told him to bring her to the White House by any means necessary. Richard and Barry makes it to the White House to see Sam, and Barry tells Sam about Max. And don't this look like the same room that Max is nutting up in? It looks like the same room. So Barry told Sam that when Max came to Denise's shop, he was there hiding in the back. He said that Denise didn't want to go to the White House, but Max put on a pair of white gloves and took her to the White House anyway, but she never came back. Sam said, oh, well, I'm going to wrap my brain around it, and find out what's going on. And then he told them not to say anything to anyone. But that wasn't really enough for Richard. He wanted to know what he was going to actually do about it. They excused Barry, and then Sam talked to Richard about it a little bit more. He also wanted to know what was going on with Priscilla. And this part was really funny to me because you have one man asking another man about his own wife. Like, he doesn't know what's going on with Priscilla. Then we see Bobby and Lily pulling up beside the White House. Like, this is so crazy to me. Bobby is disguised as a Secret Service agent. She lets him know that that's as far as she can go with him, and then he got out and went in the side door. Like, where's the security? Where's everybody at? I don't know, maybe this is some secret door or something. Then we cut back to Mama Sharon taking care of Dale in the back of the pharmacy. Dale said that it was really hard for him to be there because, it was just only a few feet away where he was shot. And of course, Sharon wants to call the police. Dale said that they're jealous, sick, and crazy and not to say anything. Dale is really scared, but Sharon said that he really needed to be home in bed. But Dale doesn't really want to be any trouble, but she did convince Kareem to go ahead and take him to his spot. But on his way, they need to stop somewhere and get Dale some therapy. Dale need to go talk to somebody ASAP. Then we see Richard going into the kitchen where Priscilla is, and he wants to know why she's still there and how she's still able to come back to work. Because after she cussed the first lady out, he just can't wrap his brain around the fact that she's still there in the White House. She let Richard know that he has to be the one to serve them the food because they don't trust her. He told her that it may be a good idea for her to work in the downstairs kitchen, but she was against it. He told her that they can't talk about their clearance, and he wanted to make sure that she didn't say anything. I also broke this video down in a separate video, and I'll leave it linked above and also below in the description. Then we cut back to the gray room with the one TV on the wall. Where Max is in there spazzing out. He wants to know why he's in there and why no one will talk to him. He said that he's done right by the country and he just wants to get out of there. But whoever he's talking to, they probably want to give him a minute. Yeah, I wouldn't go in there right now. Then we see Alan texting Alonzo, making sure that they're still on so that he can show him how to use the guns tonight. But he said no, he can't make it because he's actually got babysitting duties. Jason let Alonzo know that he wasn't really trying to kill himself, that he was actually just trying to get off. He let him know how amazing it is to watch someone die. And I'm not going to get into all of that part, but he did confess to him that he was the one who actually killed Jean, his grandmother, and his father's mistress. And I don't think that Alonzo believed him, but he did ask him why he killed Jean. Then he wanted to know why Alonzo wanted to know. Then he got off the bed, and just started talking all crazy to him, calling him names. And I just really think that Jason wants to get a rise out of people. He wants to see people's reaction. He's into that shock value type conversation, right? Just to see what you're going to do. Then in this final scene, we see Sharon closing up the pharmacy. Then she suddenly sees Kyle coming from the back. And of course, she's very shocked and surprised to see anybody in there because the doors were locked. So Sharon panicked, and then Kyle started to run after her. And he did let her know that he didn't want to hurt her. He just wanted to talk. But Sharon wasn't falling for that. Not at all. She ran around the counter and then she pulled a gun on him. End scene. I also have a link to this video up above and also in the description. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you're an Oval fan, go ahead and sub to the channel if you have not already done so, because I do videos like this all the time. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ruthless TV, and I'll see you on the next one.